Courier. Courier is a pawn, without which the drug business would not exist. His duty is to deliver narcotics to different points. His profession has many different jobs: photographer, geographer, and sprinter. After all, he has to take pictures of where he hid the so-called treasure, and already at home to send these photos and coordinates to the clients of drug shops. They also quickly run from the police, but without success. When caught, he faces 8 years in prison. The supervisors are another pawns, without whom the drug business would not exist. Most of the couriers, after a while, do not hold back and start taking drugs because of the question, why do people buy this? And get addicted to substances, which can lead to the theft of the products they deliver. After complaints from the administrators of the drugstore, the wardens go to the place of residence of the couriers. They have an assigned task from the administration. It can be a broken finger, arm, or leg, or it can go as far as murder. There are situations when the wardens are called on the wardens themselves because they want to quit the drugstore, or because of a bad job. The bagger is the person who works with all the drugs in the drugstore. He gets a big shipment from the chemist. Then he packs them into smaller batches and hides a big hoard. It's a big hoard for the couriers. They pick it up and then deliver it to the customers. Graphite worker. They are hired only by poor or novice drug shops. Their job is very simple, but also low paid. Their job is to paint the tag or the name of the drugstore on the walls of houses and other buildings. After a couple of days of work, he is often offered to become a courier because the whole city is already covered in graffiti and there is no need for a worker in this field. Chemist, often drug cooks, do not even know the school chemistry program. They brew substances strictly according to a recipe from a book provided by the drugstore. The drugstore also provides a laboratory, which can be underground or outside. The laboratory is located far away from big cities and have a very serious system of extraction. Otherwise, the chemist would suffocate from the drugs that he produces himself. Curator, a person who deals with everything remotely. His main task is to find workers and monitor their actions. Often they are engaged in mass mailing of the same type of messages to all people from the groups of the city where the drugstore is located. The message is primitive, for example, "Hi, we are looking for workers, very big salary." Then their task is to convince that the work is not so terrible, all workers are valuable, and if anything, the drugstore will give a lawyer.